line wasn't like this. The line was like this. And over time, I did make a lot of progress. And that's when I realized confidence comes from data, not dopamine. And over time, what happens is that evidence that you're feeding your brain helps override the emotional narratives that you tell yourself. Your brain will follow the evidence. And so tracking things and tracking our progress, the reason why it keeps people on track is because your brain looks at it and it objectively says, oh wow, this is evidence, this is data, this is important, and I'm going to believe it. Before that, all that's happening is that you feel like, even when you're making progress. Have you ever felt that way before? Have you ever felt like you're making progress, but you still feel like good about yourself? Lots of people actually feel that way. And the reason why they feel like is because they don't track their progress. Because progress doesn't go like this. So you remember the days that you feel low, but you don't remember the days that you feel high. But if you look at the progress and you track, you see all the days that were high. And then you're like, oh, you know what? I actually had 5 good days this week and only 2 bad ones. But it's just that our brains love to take the negative and make it bigger than it is. And so we have to fight that natural tendency by tracking our wins. Now, here's the thing.
Now, this motivation, I hope this motivation took you over the edge as far as knowing what you're capable of. We don't usually get a lot of motivations that's just so directly focused on just you, like as in we focused on you, yeah, sure, but this one right here takes you out of the house on the couch and put you right in the driver's seat of your life and saying, hey, what is it that you want out of life? Are you getting it? And if you're not getting it, it's because of you. Do the work. Stop wishing. Do the work. All right, now we're going to move past the motivation. And we're going to go into our topic for today. Excuse me. I'm a little tired, so we ain't going to be on here for too long today. Estimation of character. So the reason I wanted to touch on this is because I keep seeing a continuing trend of how can I put this? It's a trend right now, and I think it's been going on for a little minute. You can't really tell how things are gonna go, even if you've known someone or been in a situation for years. It's like, dang, nowadays you can't even tell where it's gonna go. So how can we kind of break that cycle right there? I'm dealing with a lot of times where I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna get the response, that I'm looking for from my friends.
Fall, the perfect time for football and feeding it alone.
I'm not gonna wait to feed my lawn. I'm gonna do it during the fall.
You gotta feed it.
Feed it.
Feed it.
Boys, what do we tell our neighbors in the fall?
Feed it!
Strengthen to protect all winter with Turf Builder Winter Guard.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
You clean up nice. Always. Need a hand?
I'm good.
Looks like our job here is done. Need a hand?
I'm good.
Looks like our job here is done. Hand?
I'm good.
Looks like our job here is done. Hand?
I'm good.
Looks like our job here is done. Hand?
I'm good.
Looks like our job here is done. Hand?
I'm good.
Looks like our job here is done. Hand?
I'm good.
If anybody wondering what I've been doing for the last couple of years, this is what I've been doing. Just living my life.
In my life,
in my life. In my life, you ain't been through none of this I've been through in my life. I done worked so hard.
Hey, hold on, wait. Let me read the chat. Hold up. You look so young. Where was this? Montgomery, Alabama. So where are they all now? Yeah, so that video was in North Carolina. It was in Greensboro, actually. In the apartment. I was singing in the bathroom. And where was this? Okay. Yeah, I know I did look young. I'm saying. I got a little season on me now. And so where are they all now? I'm right here. That's all I know. I done worked too.
You ain't been through none of this I've been through up in my life. Hey, you ain't been through none of this I've been through up in my life. Hey, in my everybody life. Said he hit the block hard. Can't be nothing but a G from the hood if you want you a black card. But that won't me. I was wondering about the stars. I left high school and didn't know my physical form. My mental picture wasn't formed, but where my was going, I put the pencil to the pad to study how the reality form. School poor type sitting in front of the class. Got good grades, understanding the task. Got older, changed my whole style up a bunch. Things I never did, I started to do a bunch. Mistakes that I made like a weight and it's starting to feel like a ton of life. I only get one, nothing under the sun can be new if it's done. Truth is meant only for some. Learn that I became the one. First person, you looking through my eyes at what I've become. Win. Now I done won. Live, love, laugh, learn what to do. Wisdom serve like some soul food. Yeah, I've been through what you've been through, but I've been through what you've been through. So this song just to tell you about my life. My life, you ain't been through none of this I've been through in my life. In my life, in my life, you ain't been through none of this I've been through in my life. I done worked so hard to get you.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. It's good to be in here. Sorry if you missed me yesterday. You'll be all right. I'm in here today. So today we gonna do something nice and fun and easy on y'all. This has been a great idea delivered straight to me from one of my founding subscribers, Anita67. Shouts out to you when I get my hand claps. Remember, I owe you one for this idea. And feel free at any time. It only costs you $5,000. If you look at your chat box, right down there at your chat box, I had worked hard on him now. It's an icon. That's a bag of decorations right there. It only costs you 5,000 bags of decoration. I'm at 4,500. I can't quite spend none right now if I want to be able to choose the topic. But it costs you 5,000 bags of decoration to be able to choose the topic here on Expansion Pack at any time. So you spend that time watching. You gonna rack up bags of decoration here on DGTA, Decorated Garage Table Animations, and you'll be able to choose the topic yourself as well here on Expansion Pack. Now, let me get right into this motivation for the day. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We still gotta do the motivation. So let's get that started. Let me get it hooked up first and foremost. I ain't gonna lie, I was excited about the idea for today's Nita67. Thank you for that. Hey, good to see you, my people and my people. Y'all my people. Good to see you in the chat, Zanita67. Yeah, so I was excited about the idea. I was working out the angles, all of that stuff. So let me get my computer set up to be able to broadcast out to y'all. All right, let's get this motivation on here. I done worked so hard to get to the final line. You ain't on that I like. You ain't been through none of that I've been through in my life. Hey, you ain't been through hey, in my life. Motivation for the day, baby. I spelled day wrong. Y'all can't see it though. All right, let's go. My man's he the one. I love my lab in here. I be having it set up nice for myself. I can just come sit down, plug in all my little things, my little stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just get the broadcasting to y'all, man. This is DGTA TV. Turn it up.
How much longer are you gonna wait? How much longer? You gonna wait another 30 seconds? You gonna wait another minute? You gonna wait another hour? Maybe we'll start in a couple hours. You know what? How about I just wait till tomorrow? You're gonna wait till tomorrow? You're gonna wait another week? You're gonna wait another month? How much longer are you gonna wait?
All great people start. They start anywhere, at any place,
Yes,
and at
sir.
any time. They start
Yes,
whether
sir.
they're hurting, they start whether they're excited. It does not matter where they are, they just start.
Just start. Just do the work. You just go, and procrastination dies. If you can't control your own brain, and your brain controls you, you're fucked.
You got to train your brain by doing things that make you uncomfortable consistently to build this mindset that when things get hard, which they will be, we don't shy away, we don't quit, we attack. I'm seeing through all those walls. I'm getting to where I want to go.
See, I've learned everybody on the face of this planet, they want something. Everybody that comes into this world, they want something. Everybody wants greatness. Everybody wants excellence. But the question is, what are you willing to go through in order to get it? What type of dedication? What type of commitment? What type of sacrifice?
I tell people all the time, if this is not your vision, if you don't see this as part of your real contribution.
What's up, Robert
it doesn't
Wilson
make
in
you
the
fully
chat? My
alive
brother
and
Dan, I
express, and
can't
it's
stay
your
on
real
to
goals,
watch because I have to
bail.
go to
Quit
work.
sooner
Keep
than
doing
later.
what you're doing,
But
bro.
if
Love
you know
God.
it's right for
Love,
you, then
love,
resilience
bro.
is
God
everything.
bless. I'll check you out again.
The ability
Yes,
to be resilient
sir.
toward your
Appreciate
dreams, to
that.
keep marching
Let me
on,
go chat back
win the
with that.
struggle, the
Yeah.
trial, the chaos, the frustration, the hurt,
Appreciate that,
the
Sark.
anger,
Big
the
Sark.
disappointment, the
Chat.
shame, the regret, the embarrassment. When all that is there and you keep marching on, you know you'll be a successful person. It's the ability to be optimistic enough to know this too shall pass. This time shall change. I will find a way. I will honor my truth and keep pursuing my dreams. Thick and thin, storm or night, I will maintain my march.
Mental toughness says, not only do I climb that doggone mountain, I enjoy climbing the mountain. I get a kick out the mountain.
Out the
I
mountain.
get a kick out the weights.
Yes,
I
sir.
get a kick out of going up against
Right.
the number one team.
That's
I get
right.
a
Every
kick
ti-
out of fatigue.
every
I get a
time.
kick
Every
out of it.
time.
I get a kick out of it.
Let's
I
go.
hope that you understand that every single person that you look at, every single person that you admire, every single person that you aspire to be like is literally just a regular human fucking being like you that has worked their motherfucking ass off. Now it's gonna be hard. Understand that. It's gonna be very hard. But you ain't got nothing else to do. Cause let me tell you something about being not successful. Being not successful, that's really hard. So you might as well apply yourself to something that has a benefit. And what some of you doing wrong, you play the game, but you not the game. You play football, but you not football. You gotta go all in. You take advantage of this opportunity. You let everything else go. You eat different. You study different. You practice different.
That is something that is built and ingrained into a successful person, not because they were lucky with it, not because they grew up with it, because they developed it. By doing it once, they did it again, they did it again, they did it again. The more bold and courageous you are, the more bold and courageous you'll be in the future. The more you overcome yesterday's struggles today, the more you'll be able to overcome the bigger struggles tomorrow.
You have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your fucking brain so when that hard time comes again, you don't forget it. You have to struggle. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the peace. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. You have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything. That is relentless. But you have to have the will, the heart, the courage to go that distance where you're exactly jacked up. You have nothing left to give and give more.
Let's go,
What gets
y'all.
you out of bed? What couch?
Hold on, 2 more
What
seconds.
gets you in the gym? It's not your alarm. It's not your parents. It's not your friends.
Yes.
It's you.
Yes.
The only one that can make it happen for you is you.
No one's coming. No one's coming to lift the weights for you. No one's coming to study for you. No one's coming to do the work for you. No one's coming to do any of that for you. You got to do it all yourself.
If you're gonna get it done, it's up to you to make it happen.
Today you have a choice to make. Are you gonna be a winner or a loser? Are you gonna sit back and chill, let things slide, take the easy way? Or are you gonna get up and grind? You're gonna move your life forward.
All right, y'all, we're gonna stop right there. Ooh, y'all see me hit. I had to get him back, you know what I'm saying? Woo, now that was good. That was good. I love when we start off with a good positive feeling and motivation, because I'm gonna tell y'all, sometimes I be sleepy. Sometimes I be sleepy and I can't bring it to you. You feel what I'm saying? That's why when y'all see me in the chat, I'm gonna make an emote for that. When y'all see me in the chat and I'm sleep, well, it is an emote for that. It's the Sharpie app. It's that Sharpie emote, the pillow. Yeah, y'all see me sleepy and I ain't giving the energy. Y'all gotta wake me up. Y'all gotta put me back in the zone. All right. So today's suggestion was given by, like I said, Zanita67. I got I done produced the whole thing. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna get better as we go through the weeks, but this is gonna carry us forward. It's Fun Fact Friday. Now I know my accent, whatever, you probably didn't hear me. Fun Fact Friday. I got a little more. That's cool. But yeah, so Fun Fact Friday. So I got it worked out. Y'all bear with me. And here we go. Let's go. Let's jump right into it. So right here, what I have on my desk, y'all gonna be joining me on my desk again. What I have on my desk is Uncle John's actual factual bathroom reader. Now, this has been sitting in the bathroom for some months now. I got it from Goodwill. It's just something for you to look at when you're sitting down, you know, you're doing your thing. You see what I'm saying? But here we go, y'all. It's got everything we need. Now, we're going to combine this with our usual show format. We're going to read. We're going to look at a few things. Y'all read along. And also, we're going to jump and look some of this stuff up, because some of this stuff going to be outrageous, and we're going to want to look it up. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to go and follow our usual show format, but this right here is going to add that flavor. You feel me? So let's flip. I got a page marked in here. I was looking through it. I got a page marked in here. So, look, check this out. This is every known name for that game where you throw beanbags through a board with holes in it. You know which one you talking about. Whatever they call it, wherever you from. So, all right, look. So we got cornhole, bag toss, bags, tailgate toss, backyard toss, lawn toss, soft horseshoes, corn toss, hillbilly toss, bag-o toss, chucko, doghouse, dad hole, and dummy boards. Now this just a taste of what this book got to offer. All right, I just wanted to start there because that was cool. I thought that was cool to me because I thought it was everybody said cornhole. I was like, all right, the name of it is cornhole. All right, what? Hold on. Look, check this out. Groaners. I guess these are just bad jokes. What do you call a belt made of watches? A waste of time. Like this page of bad jokes. All right, we're going to do, hey, y'all know me on Fridays. Y'all know me on Fridays with the dad jokes. We're going to have to mark this page. I'm putting the bookmark going back on this page. Y'all know me on Fridays. I'm going to start Fridays off with this every time. All right, look, check this out. Let me see if we can get this, if I can get this right. All right, what's the format? All right. I'm gonna do the very first one just so I can get the format down. Y'all, if y'all laugh, y'all don't, it don't matter. Why do scuba divers fall backward out of the boat? Because if they fell forward, they still be in the boat. All right, so that's the format of it. All right, so then they got other ones with the blue on it. All right, so let's do one with the blue on it. All right, so I'd like to get a job cleaning mirrors. It's something I could really see myself doing. Yeah, we gonna leave it there. We gotta get some sound effects. We gonna leave that bookmark there for that one. Yeah, if you didn't get it and it was over your head, I could read it again later. I'll read it at the end. You gotta tap in. All right, so let's see this. All right, so I can't hold the book upside down, but I will try. Oh, maybe I can. All right, so let me get another bookmark. I got bookmarks for days for these. All right, so because we're gonna want to remember these. All right, so we got more strange celebrities. All right, so I'm gonna just read the quotes that you can see on the screen until I can work out my camera at a later date. All right, so let's see. Do I have a large frog in my hair? I have the sensation that something is eating my brain. That was Joaquin Phoenix. Do we know these? Do we know any of these? Let me see. Do I know any of these? I don't read don't read books. I only read minds. Liam Gallagher, when asked about his favorite book. Nah, we ain't gonna stay there. Ooh. All right. Look, check it. Disney's Frozen. So, is Walt Disney or just his head really hanging out in some liquid nitrogen-filled tank somewhere? Short answer, no. Long answer, Disney died in 1966 at age 65. I'm sorry, I thought they were saying like being funny. I didn't mean to laugh. Just a month after doctors removed a cancerous tumor in his left lung, but the disease had spread throughout his body. According to news reports, he was cremated 2 days after his death and buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery. Sorry to be so dark, y'all. Outside Los Angeles. In 1972, Bob Nelson, president of the Cryonics Society of California, mentioned in an interview that while Disney was not frozen, he had expressed interest in the technology, but died before he could make a decision or sign a letter of intent to have his corpse frozen. Oddly, though, 2 weeks after Disney died, Nelson's organization froze its first body. Oh, yeah. This book is amazing. The timing led to the notorious urban legend that Walt Disney was frozen. If Disney had been the first, Nelson later said, it would have made headlines around the world and been a real shot in the arm for cryonics. Maybe y'all just didn't need that publicity, huh? All right. Let's see what else they got on here. That was good. That's really. So I couldn't find a way. So let me go switch over real quick and let y'all see me. So I really couldn't kind of find a way to go on and deliver these or facts by just searching with using our usual show format. I couldn't think of a way to do that. Then something struck me. Hey man, just read. You love reading and you got a book full of stuff to read. So just read and tell me that wasn't. Jump in the chat. Hey, look, I ain't even been looking at the chat. I love that joke. Hey. She loved that joke. Okay. Yeah, so I love it. Okay, so yeah, this is great. I actually came up. This was a great idea. I was like, hey man, you got that book in there. You could just sit and you can read it, and you know it's really entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Just from that right there, you can see how entertaining. So let me jump back down here. Wanted to say that for a second. All right, it's all about you. Always be okay. Let's read this one together. Always be a first-rate version. I hope you all can see it. There it is. I'll get used to it. Always be a first-rate. This is gonna be on my. Hey, this is gonna go on the DGTA channel right here. So let me read it in my. Let me read it in my man tone. Okay. It's all about you. Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. Judy Garland. Be true to your work, your word, and your friend. John Boyle O'Reilly. Let yourself be drawn by the strength. Hold on, wait, I gotta go back. I'm gonna have to do that one again. All right. Let yourself be drawn by the stronger pull of that which you truly love. Rumi. That was good. That's a good little segment right there. This has been Reading with Dan. With Dan's man voice. Let me say it again. This has been Reading with Dan's man voice. I am a fool. Ounce for ounce, grasshoppers have 4 times as much calcium and twice as much iron as beef. What? What? Hold up. Now we about to watch our first video, because there is no way. Because somebody eating them. Ounce for ounce, grasshoppers have 4 times as much calcium. Hold up. I can't get that light right. Ounce for ounce, grasshoppers have 4 times as much calcium and twice as much iron as beef. Hold up. Skirt. Bookmark going in right there. We're going to put the bookmark in, because I got to see this. We're going to look and see this, y'all. All right. Where my camera? Where is that? So, let me see. People who eat grasshoppers. Boom. Now, sorry if y'all don't like the sight of what we about to see, but I gotta see this. So we should eat grasshoppers. It's probably a snack somewhere. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry if y'all don't like the sight of what we about to see, but yes, I'm probably sure it is too. All right, let me jump over to the main scene. Y'all cover y'all face if y'all don't want to see this. Hey, guess what? It's quiet outside. Where they at? Yeah, ain't none of that little extra stuff we be hearing outside when you don't hear none of that. All you hear is that frying and that sizzling. Yeah, you make a sound, you're done. You're going on one of these plates. Excuse my language. Oh my God, excuse my language. Oh, that is crazy to me. Ancient Mexican insect food offer alternatives for healthy eating. All right, so let's see. Benefits of eating grasshoppers. So I wondered, that's an interesting question, right? So do they eat beef? In the countries where they eat grasshoppers, do they eat beef? This might be one of the countries where they worship the cow. Not many people know. All right, let's see.
The benefits of grasshoppers for health. Not many people know. Grasshopper meat is one of the best sources of protein. The protein
Let me put it in full screen for y'all.
Content in animals which are often considered as agricultural pests is no less than protein in shrimp and fish. Not only that, the taste of this insect is also quite delicious. Only by roasting or frying without seasoning, grasshoppers already have a savory taste. The meat also has a soft texture like shrimp. However,
no way.
The outside will feel crunchy and savory when bitten. Fresh grasshopper meat contains about 20% of its total body weight. Meanwhile, dried grasshoppers contain a greater amount of protein, which is about 40%. In addition to containing protein, grasshopper meat also contains about 25 to 30% of vitamin A. The rest, the content in it is calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, phosphorus, iron, zinc, manganese and various vitamins such as vitamin B, B1, B2, B6, E and E.
How many of y'all think about eating bugs right now? If you not, don't put nothing in the chat. If you are, I'm going to go ahead and drop something in the chat.
Grasshopper is an insect animal that includes herbivores. This animal turns out to have a much higher content than other insect animals. These grasshoppers can be consumed properly and can also be used to treat various diseases in the body. The content of this grasshopper contains very high protein, which can help provide nutritional intake to the body. In addition, grasshoppers also contain minerals such as calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, phosphorus.
All right, we gonna stop there. Look at the benefits. Now, I'm not gonna say nothing about the grasshopper. We gonna jump off the grasshopper for a second. Look at the benefits of reading. Look at that. We only read maybe about a couple lines out of the book so far. We done had a couple jokes. This has been a segment with Dan's man voice. You see what I'm saying? And we covering ground here, baby. We covering much ground here, baby. Hey, let's move on though. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about that right now because I can push aside seeing the bug for knowing the flavor. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at the bug completely different once I know the flavor. Now I ain't gonna go search it out too hard, but I'm gonna let y'all know how that turned out for me. All right, let's go back to what we were looking at now. Let's get back in this book. I'm gonna find other books for us to read and pull facts out of as well. All right, so let me get out. I need to get out another bookmark. First, let me go back to this bookmark. Yeah, I keep that bookmark in there. Let me get out another bookmark real quick. All right, there we go. Where we at? Oh man, here we go. Got something interesting. Soothing words. Executives at Hasbro thought they had diffused the controversy by removing the offending words. Hold on, wait, what section is this? We gotta go and see what section this is. Oh, the Scrabble scandal. One of the most entertaining parts of a Scrabble game is bluffing your opponents by playing a made-up word to see if they'll challenge it and look it up in the dictionary to see if it's really there. It turns out that one of the biggest Scrabble fights ever was over which words should and should not appear in the official Scrabble player's dictionary. All right, hold up. We can read this whole section. All right, so wordplay. If you're a serious Scrabble player and you played in the 1970s, you remember that in those days, Funk and Wagnall's Standard College Dictionary was the reference work that American Scrabble tournaments used as a guide to which words were acceptable for play and which ones weren't. If a word appeared in Funk and Wagnall's, it was acceptable. If it didn't, it wasn't. As simple as that. But Funk and Wagnall's had its problems. The most glaring of which was that many common words such as surreal and busload weren't in it. Smart was in the dictionary, but smarter wasn't. Foreign words aren't allowed in English language version of Scrabble unless they've actually entered the English language. Words like chauffeur and sushi, but quite a few foreign words appeared in Funk and Wagnall's such as ja and bite in German. Yes and please and oui in French. Yes, that meant these words were playable in Scrabble, but smarter was not. Oh my god. I mean, oh my gosh. I hope y'all caught all of that. So, idiosyncrasies like these drove hardcore Scrabble players nuts, and as Scrabble tournaments grew in seriousness and number throughout the 1970s, the need for a better dictionary became acute. All right, let's jump back to that other fact I was going to read. Soothing words. Executives at Hasbro, and I put on lotion today too, and I had cleaned from under let me clean from under this nail. This specific nail for right now. All right, who want to clean my nail for me? I'll go pay the $50. Never mind. Executives at Hasbro thought they had diffused the controversy by removing the offending words, but it was now clear that they had created a new one in the process, perhaps even larger than the one they had tried to address. So they blinked. Before the 1994 national tournament ended, it announced that from now on there would be two official word lists: the still expurgated official Scrabble Players Dictionary, which would be marketed to the public and would be suitable for families and schools, and an uncensored official tournament and club word list, which would have the 167 offending words put back in. Oh my gosh. To avoid controversy, the official tournament and club word list, called OWL for short, should not be sold to the public. It would be made available only to National Scrabble Association members and only upon request. And it was a word list only with no definitions whatsoever. Not even words that weren't deemed offensive. Man, we just learned a lot about Scrabble. Oh my gosh, y'all wanna? Hey, look, we gonna hear something about sleepwalking. All right. Strange tales of. Oh, I should have marked that Scrabble. We could have came back to that. Strange tales of sleepwalking. All right, sleepwalking or somnambulism. My bad, y'all. Hey, at home, say that 3 times, y'all. Somnambulism. Look, oh, my bookmark to my joke fell out. Somnambulism. Man, it's spelled. Hold up, man. Hold up. Y'all not gonna do me like this. Somnambulism. They be playing, man, with these words. I need to sit in on that conference of whoever came up with the words. Man, because Lord. Let me see how they pronounce it. Hold up.
Somnambulism.
Somnambulism. Sleepwalking. Hold on, let me let y'all see that on the screen. Somnambulism.
Somnambulism.
Okay, now we can go back to reading. Somnambulism. I'm over here somnambulism. Okay, sleepwalking or somnambulism is a I need the highlighter. Sorry, y'all. Sleepwalking or somnambulism is a fascinating phenomenon. While the body is, for all intents and purposes, asleep, the brain tells it to get up, walk around, and do things. That can get an unconscious person into an awful lot of trouble. All right, put your mind. I think we could just stop there. Jeez. Gatorade. James Curran of Palm Harbor, Florida, had a long history of sleepwalking, but he'd never experienced anything like this. In November 1998, the 77-year-old got up in the middle of the night and walked into a pond near his home. When he came to, he found himself standing in 3 feet of water, stuck in the thick mud and surrounded by alligators. God, oh jeez. Hold up. Oh, we about to look this up. But Curran walks with the use of a cane, which he'd somehow managed to grab as he sleepwalked out of his home. He used the cane to fend off the gators while he yelled to his neighbors for help. Hold up. We looking that up. Hold up. We definitely looking that up. Bruh. I don't know about y'all, but that just gave me a few chills. Like, yo, hold up, man. That just gave me the chills. Like, let me see. James Curran. See if we can look this up. James Curran, sleepwalking. James Curran, sleepwalking. Nightmares, true story. All right. They ain't got no like video or nothing of him talking about it. So hold up. Let's look it up. Look up the actual story. Let me go over the main scene. All right. See, they just got the same story that. Yeah, they got the same story that we got. James Curran, he was 77. Jeez, man. Oh, man, come on get y'all daddy, man. Gee, y'all come on get y'all daddy, man. Daddy! You know what I'm saying? Hold up. We can read one more. We'll read one more of them. Jeez. Gosh. That just... Hold up. All right, hold on. I'm going to flip the page, see if they got something on the back. Oh, they got a small fact. In Greece, children leave teeth for the tooth fairy by throwing them onto the roof. That's what it do. All right. This one look good. Well, we're going to read the Did You Know. What do sleepwalkers look like? Sleepwalkers don't look the way they do in cartoons with their arms extended out in front of them like zombies. They move and act completely normally. A sleepwalker may even have their eyes open. Really? Yo, I gotta see this. That don't make, bruh, that mean you talk, bruh, do you remember being, you was in here, bruh? I'ma slap you next time, bruh. Let me just read the story. You was in here, bruh, you was asleep? No, I don't remember being in, bruh, I'ma slap, when I slap you, you gonna remember that. In March 2017, police in Aberdeen, Scotland, responded to a call from a local ASDA supermarket at 2:30 a.m. regarding a barefoot woman acting strangely. Clad only in a nightgown, the woman was trying to buy a watermelon. Police woke up the 23-year-old who amazingly had walked 1.5 miles from her home to the all-night grocery store, all while her brain kept sleeping. Thanks to a very kind ASDA staff who warmed me up and gave me shoes, socks, and a cup of tea, the woman told reporters, and to the lovely police officers who deposited my very confused self back in bed. I bet, man. Oh man, I bet. Next week we gonna read some more of them. I gotta see the sleepwalking thing, y'all. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't look at it because it might make me sleepwalk. I need some more bookmarks. Hold on. I gotta get some more bookmarks, y'all. These are good. These are really good. Oh, we going for ice cream this weekend. I just found some Jeremiah's ice cream coupons that never expire. So that's where we going this weekend. I be having I had a bunch of bookmarks. That's why I say I gotta find some more bookmarks. I had them on standby. Really? Wow. Yeah, please tell me. Please. I did not know that. And you know what? This might trigger my sleepwalk. You got my genetics. It might trigger me sleepwalk and be up talking to you. Be like, Mama, I'm sleepwalking. I ain't even really here. Yeah. All right. So now we need something that's not as dark. Ooh, let's see. So let's get some sports. I'm gonna put I'll put a sticky in there for us. All right, let's get some sports one-hit wonders, and I know we can look these ones up. All right, we often think of one-hit wonders as a music thing, bands or singers who score one smash hit and then disappear forever. Let me turn my mic up so I ain't gotta stretch over to it. All right, but it's certainly possible for people in other fields to have one big success and only one big success. All right, let's see if you know some of these names. All right, so of course there's Buster Douglas, but we gonna go with Don Larson first. Don Larson. It's a remarkable achievement for a Major League Baseball pitcher to throw a perfect game. Perfect means they pitch the whole game and don't allow the other team to get on base. No hits, no walks, no errors, no batters hit by pitches. Over 140 years and roughly 200,000 Major League games, it's only been accomplished 23 times. Of those, only one time did a pitcher throw a perfect game when it really counted. Don Larson. Don Larson did it in Game 5 of the 1956 World Series, shutting down the Brooklyn Dodgers and getting, to my baseball fans, y'all probably like, yeah, Don, that's Don. Shutting down the Brooklyn Dodgers and getting the win for the New York Yankees, who went on to win the championship in 7 games. Larson was named World Series MVP on the strength of his performance in Game 5, the only game in which he played. Now let me read that sentence again without my reaction. Larson was named World Series MVP on the strength of his performance in Game 5, the only game in which he played. It was also by far the best game of Larson's otherwise lackluster career. In 1954, as a member of the Baltimore Orioles, he led the American League in losses with a 3-21 record. In 1957, he racked up a decent 10-4 record for the Yankees, then floated around the major leagues, playing for 8 different teams over his career until retiring in 1967, finishing with a career total of 81 wins and 91 losses. That was a good read right there. Oh man, that was a good read. All right, let's go on to Buster Douglas now. I know who this is. By 1990, Mike Tyson had been fighting professionally for just 5 years, but sports writers were already comparing him to all-time greats like Muhammad Ali. Iron Mike had the record to back it up. He'd never lost a bout and had won his first 19 fights by knockout, 12 of them in the first round. In 1988, he knocked out heavyweight champion Michael Spinks, just 91 seconds into the first round. Nobody had lasted more than 5 rounds against Tyson since 1987. Tyson, it seemed, was unstoppable. So much so that most Las Vegas bookmakers wouldn't even allow betting on the 1990 title fight at the Tokyo Dome between Tyson and his competitor James Buster Douglas. Only one casino, the Mirage, cooked up odds, and they were ridiculously in Tyson's favor, 42-1. But somehow, some way, Douglas hung in there against the champ, even overcoming a knockdown in 9 seconds and a 9-second count at the end of the 8th round. Douglas kept pummeling Tyson and finally knocked him out in the 10th round. That wasn't just Tyson's first loss and his first knockout. It was the first time he'd ever been knocked down in the ring, ever. 8 months later, Douglas defended his newly acquired title against up-and-coming boxer Evander Holyfield and got knocked out in 3 rounds. Douglas retired after the fight but came back in 1996, fought 9 bouts over the next 3 years, and then retired again in 1999, this time for good. I remember watching that little ESPN talk about, I watched the fight too, the whole fight. I had nothing else to watch, and I watched that whole fight of him and Buster Douglas, and that's why they call everybody a buster. You a buster. I used to sleep. Oh, I already read that. All right. That's why they call you a buster. You a buster. All right, hold on. We're going to keep that bookmark in there. And we're going to get let's get a little taste of it. Just a little taste of it. Hold on, y'all. We're going to jump back over. This book getting a crease in it now that I'm reading it. Ain't had no crease in it before. All right. Let's get a little taste of that fight. It's a good episode of Expansion Pack right here. Great episode of Expansion Pack right here. Buster Douglas. I put Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas.
ESPN bet is made for sports fans.
Oh no, we cannot watch this. That's ESPN. The official, they gonna tag me as soon as I get on there. This video say, how did Buster Douglas destroy Mike Tyson?
Most feared boxer faces an underdog with nothing to lose. On February 11th, 1990, the Tokyo Dome was the stage for one of the most astonishing upsets in sports history. Mike Tyson, the undisputed heavyweight champion,
that ain't no Mike
was
Tyson.
Undefeated and considered
Forgive
almost
the AI.
invincible. His opponent, James Buster Douglas, was a 42-1 underdog, given little chance by experts and fans alike. Tyson's fearsome reputation was built on his brutal knockout power, having finished most of his fights in the early rounds.
That's right.
Douglas, on the other hand, faced personal hardships, including the recent death
they
of
finally
his
put
mother,
a
which
black
many
dude.
believed would distract him from the fight. But Douglas entered the ring with a different resolve. From
I
the
like how they
opening
spin
bell,
the story.
he utilized his jab effectively, keeping Tyson at bay and laying
All right, we ain't about to watch no more of that. I wanted to see the fight.
powerful combinations.
Let's see Mike Tyson talk about it.
As we look at success, myself, it's different levels of success. Some people's success is
I want to see the fight. Buster Douglas on the real reason Mike Tyson rematch never happened. Okay, no. They ain't gonna show us the fight, cause I ain't got enough money to pay for that. All right, there we go. Let's see if he talk about it at all. Yeah, I ain't got enough. Okay, I do.
What's your least favorite fight?
Shit.
He cussing. I don't want to play too much cussing.
I don't have too many bad fights unless I lost them. But I don't have many fights that I said, well, I lost that because I did this or that. I lost because I didn't have interest or something, or I didn't. I underestimated somebody.
We all refer back to the Buster Douglas fight, but you don't view that as your worst fight at all.
That's one of my best. Look at that.
Yeah,
one of my best.
I heard you talk about that.
Because
before.
I took some fucking shots. You know,
Excuse the language.
Why nobody would have took them shots. It was just some bang.
But you took those shots from lack of preparation on your side, or was he just so?
No, he fought a great fight that night. What a great fight. You know what's so ironic that he won? Because everybody that beat him, I knocked out.
Oh, the uppercut. What an uppercut by
Yeah, I remember that. Y'all saw that? I not remember like I was there, but I remember when I had watched it, I was like, dang, he really did. He really did get at him, though.
Boom, what an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
Jeez.
I would be willing to say it's the greatest upset in boxing history.
Jeez. All right, I got to get off Joe Budden Network. Jeez, he took the, yeah. Hey, listen, y'all. We coming up on our last 15 minutes of our show today, and I have to stop. It wouldn't be right if I didn't stop and say thank you, Zanita67. Let me drop it in the chat. Thank you, Zanita67, for the great idea for Fun Fact Friday. To create Fun Fact Friday, it is your idea. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this segment. Because this right here is the goal that I was looking for when I started this new season of Expansion Pack and, starting DGTA. Because our old format was, let's just say it was a free service. Our old format was just a free service. We just trying to get people in here. Now this is the paid service right here. We digging into our minds. We digging up the roots, trying to figure out who we are, and we really are growing. And it takes us away from just watching videos to reading, to exploring, to trying to, just everything that we could possibly do to bring ourselves closer to where we want to be. All right, so let's get back into this book. That was good watching that fight just now, though. All right, I have enjoyed it. Keep it coming. Fun Fact Friday. Yes, that's right. I got you. All right, we're gonna go back into the book. Now I'm gonna get one more groaner in here on you before I get out of here on your nerves. All right, let me see. Yeah. I watched hockey before it was cool. They were basically swimming. That one wasn't as good. I mean, you're like, nah. All right, cool. Yeah, right. You right. A man was crushed by a pile of books. He only had his shelf to blame. And that's been Dan's groaners. Apparently, that's what they call them. All right, so let's move on. Let's see. Oh, snap. This looked like it's going to be good. Real estate holdouts. What is that? All right. So I don't know if y'all know about this, but I'm going to read this one too. Street Fighter. I know about it. Street Fighter, the game based on the movie, based on the game. Yo, I got to go back and rewatch that movie because they about to come out with another one. Street Fighter, the game based on the movie, based on the game. One of the most popular video games in the 1990s, Street Fighter, in which players used colorful characters to engage in violent hand-to-hand combat. It was so popular that it was adapted into a 1994 film starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? And Raul Julia. I'm going to have to show this to the boys. We're going to watch that. A tie-in Super Nintendo game called Street Fighter, the movie, was released. A remake of the original Street Fighter but with the original characters removed and replaced with the ones that look more like the actors from the film. Wait, hold on. So they did make a Super Nintendo. I thought I saw that. They made a Super Nintendo game of the movie. So it was a game based on a movie based on the game. All right, that was good. I like that. All right, DNA kit discoveries. DNA and ooh, y'all gonna like this. Let me put a little tab on that one right there. Y'all gonna love this. Hold up. Oh my fingernail dirty. All right, DNA ancestry kits are one of the biggest fads in years. For about $100, you spit into a tube, really, send it off, and then a few weeks later, you get a complete workup of your genetic, racial, and even family history. Only drawback, it's really messing with some people's sense of identity. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna read all of these. I'm gonna read all of these. These gonna take us into the end right here. So goodbye family, and these are just what I'm reading, what I'm about to read. They're gonna be different excerpts from different stories of people's experience with the DNA kit. All right. So goodbye family. A biologist named George Doe, not his real name, gave his parents a DNA kit as a gift, intending to find out about any possible genetic health problems. There was nothing particularly frightening on that front, and Doe's family's racial background was nothing particularly. Hold on, wait, no, my bad. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me get my voice right. Get my point right. There was nothing particularly frightening on that front, and Doe's family's racial background was what they all figured it would be. But Doe's online result also asked if he wanted to see if there were any genetic matches in the database. He checked yes, and learned that he had a 22% genome match with a man named Thomas. Doe asked his father if he knew who this Thomas was. He didn't, but then they checked the C matches on the dad's profile. Thomas showed up again, this time with a 50% match. What does that mean? Doe's father was also Thomas's father. Doe's father was also Thomas's father, which is Doe's dad. Okay, got you. George and Thomas were half brothers. News of the secret child tore the Doe family apart. The parents for whom the DNA test had been a gift wound up getting divorced. Wow. Twisted Sisters. Wendy Garrett, 29, decided to take a DNA test in 2015 to try and find her biological relatives. She was adopted through an agency when she was a baby, and through that organization, she learned that somewhere out there she had a brother. She lived in Pennsylvania, but she'd grown up in California. And that's where a 28-year-old woman named Lisa Oliveira lived. Oliveira was also adopted as a child. She'd been abandoned on a beach in California the day she was born, and she was also taking a DNA test. Result: the DNA testing company connected the two people. Connected the two people when a genome match revealed that they were sisters. Amazingly, both have the same middle name, Anne. That's cute. Play the banjo and love to camp. They met up in June 2016 and camped in Yellowstone National Park together. No word on whether they took their banjos. All right. You've been served. Cleon Brown worked as a police officer in Hastings, Michigan for years with little incident, getting along well with his fellow members of the force. In December 2016, Brown submitted an ancestry test and found out that while he had identified as white, his DNA was 18% of African ancestry. In other words, he was part black. Yeah, we just gonna run with that. When he shared that information with his co-workers, Brown says they immediately began taunting him with abusive comments and racial slurs. Ooh, the mayor, the chief of police, the city manager, and a police sergeant all allegedly said racist things to Brown. A lawsuit he filed against the city, citing a hostile work environment, is still pending. Wow, dang, Cleon was white, man. Cleon had, hey, he found out something different. That's why your name Cleon. More than friends. Walter McFarland was born in 1943 and raised in Nuuanu, Hawaii. His best friend since 6th grade had been a guy named Alan Roby Robinson. They were both star players on their high school football team. McFarland at tight end and Roby at tackle. And they did everything together. More than 60 years later, they still live near where they were raised, and they're still inseparable. In 2017, hold on, let me see if I got this right. Walked him in 1943. His best friend, 6th grade, has been a guy named, okay. In 2017, McFarland's children brought him a DNA testing kit for his birthday. He sent in his info, and the testing company told him he matched with someone in his area. Alan Roby Robinson. Wow. It turns out the friend who was like a brother to him really was his brother. Wow. They have the same mother. Roby was adopted. McFarland was raised by his grandparents. McFarland said the possibility never crossed his mind, though. There were times when I did think I looked like Roby a little bit. McFarland shared the news with Robinson at a family Christmas party to which he was invited as a new member of the family. I've never gotten a Christmas present this good, Robinson said. Wow. That's so cool. I ain't giving up one of them DNA tests, though. Never, ever. So don't worry about it. Y'all already got my DNA when I went in the military, so it worked out. The Hello Girls were female soldiers stationed on the front lines during World War I to operate telephone switchboards for the military. They could connect calls 5 times as fast as men. Right, I bet. Hello, girl. What's up, girl? In my ledge. All right, y'all. We coming up on the last 5 minutes. I'm gonna get let me get a couple more of these right here. I think this is nice. What we did today. Did you know? For decades, police hunted the Golden State Killer. Wow. I don't even want to read that. I can't read that. I'm so sorry. Oh, I gotta read it. For decades, police hunted the Golden State Killer, wanted for 12 murders in the 1970s and 80s. In 2018, using publicly available DNA evidence, they found a match to genetic material recovered from crime scenes, leading to the arrest of a 72-year-old ex-cop named Joseph D'Angelo. God damn it. Excuse me. Excuse my language, y'all. All right. 8 apps that cost $999.99. Cyber Tuner. It's a piano tuner. QSFF Stats, flag football stats. View CAD Pro, a CAD viewer. VisiWig 4K, video camera editor. Agro, it's a farming app. Alpha Trader, trading and investing money. BarMax CA, bar exam review course. I can see why that's $9,000. App.cash, stylish cashier system for rich people. All right, y'all. All right, y'all know what time it is. Time for one more of these. I'm gonna get it to you now. Look, man. An artist friend of mine asked me to critique his self-portrait. I told him that it was good, except the eyebrows are too high. He seemed surprised. That one was whack. All right, y'all. That was the very first episode of Fun Fact Friday. I hope that y'all, hey, if you don't join me for no other episode because you think they whack, that's cool. But I'm gonna make sure Tuesday and Friday is the bomb. We got our book full of facts. On Tuesday, I got plenty to teach y'all on Tuesdays, on Tech Tuesdays, so don't even worry about it. This is gonna go on for a while. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up off y'all nerves, and I put in the extra time because I had missed the other day, And then, you know, we had went over one day on Tuesday, and I had missed yesterday, and then I had ended early on Wednesday. So we're going to come back on Monday. We're going to be fresh. Y'all make sure if y'all see me not hype, not enthusiastic, and not energized, y'all make sure y'all get in the chat and wake me up. Get me in there. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this information together, and I need y'all just as much as y'all may need me. So with that, this is DGTA TV. I'm going to see y'all on Monday. Hey, kick it with me this weekend for my nonstop stream. If you feel free to just jump in the chat, drop some emotes, and get up out of there, man. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. We out of here, y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.
Old Navy, the destination for denim.
Slouchy. Extra high. Barrel. And vintage slim.
At these prices, have them all.
It's Old Navy.
Citizens of the lawn are ready for fall.
You know, the lawn's the place to be during fall.
Past patterns running all over the place back here.
Fall is the best time to feed the lawn with Turf Builder, and it comes back greener in spring.
Strengthen to protect all winter with Turf Builder Winter Guard.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
All right, it's my show. I can do what I want. All right, let me stop playing. All right. Third, you're going to be to rip/extract music. Like I said, if you are already tech savvy and you know all of this, then this class is not necessarily beneficial for you, all right? But if you don't and you didn't, or you knew a little bit about it but you wasn't using it, now I hope you see the power of it. And if you didn't know nothing at all, I hope you see the power of it and you begin to start using it, all right? So now the third step is going to be to rip/extract your music, and fourth is going to be to catalog/transfer music. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody know how to transfer something over to a flash drive. It's drag and drop, or to a hard drive. It's drag and drop once you already using your computer. Catalog/put lotion on next Tuesday /transfer to hard drive /flash drive. And there you have it. Now, this, like I said, is identical. I just knocked down two of the biggest things that you paying for in life right now. Two of the biggest things that you paying for. And now you can literally, now we ain't gonna get ahead of ourselves, but I'm gonna go take you to the moon right now. Let me draw the moon in here. Where the moon at? How the moon go? I'm gonna take you to the moon right here in this last 10 seconds because draw on my desk. We got a little crater here. Maybe look like cheese over there. I'm gonna take and draw a little star right there. I'm about to take you to the moon. So now, I hope that look like the moon to y'all. Now, let me get all the instructions in here as much as I can, as much as that'll fit. I can't zoom out none. I just put step 1 and the tools in there first. All right, now, and I'll bring the moon back to you in a second. Now, let me run this thing down. So I just knocked down two of the biggest things, first of all, that you are paying for. You paying for movies and you paying for music all day long. Now, TV shows, I can't do nothing for you unless you go, but you can do it. You can do it for yourself. The new TV shows, but all you need to do now, this can be fun for you, is you need to go shopping again. All right, you go shop. You buy that CD that costs you $9.95. All right, put it into your catalog, your digital catalog, and you never have to pay the streaming service again to stream it. We can scale this thing on up all the way to the moon, baby, to the moon. I'm telling you, to whereas your own, you see the moon stream. I almost erased your own streaming service. Now, the way that this thing works is you're gonna get your tools out. All right. First of all, you got a computer. If you don't got a computer, get you one. Or your phone is a computer, but we'll talk about that later. You get your, let me get my pen. First of all, you get your computer, all right, with a disk drive, because we are cataloging from CDs we already own. I didn't write it on there.